many want to learn how to get to Champions League in Arena. And while mechanics and being able to rotate is a crucial part of it, one of the most underrated parts is getting a good drop spot. Now, a lot of people that I know, they just go online and they search for a drop spot, which is perfectly fine, but the problem with that is once you do that, most of the times it will be contested, especially after a lot of people, as did I, posted about that boat drop that has a supply drop and a lot of other really overpowered stuff like a bunch of slurp barrels. Literally half the server went there every single game and the entire drop was ruined. And this video I will be trying to focus on how to find your own drop spot. So first of all, your drop spot should revolve around your playstyle. And what I mean by this is if you're a flopper player or someone who mainly focuses on healing up in Storm and killing people who fail to rotate, then your priority is to find a place where you can successfully get enough white heals and fish to be able to do that. And what I believe is the key aspects of a good drop spot is, first of all, conveniency. And there are many drops that are on the edge of the map, and they have decent amount of chests and are not contested, but the problem with them is that, first of all, it's going to be hard to rotate out of there, especially if the zone pulls all the way across the map. You're basically done. So you have to find a drop spot where, I think this season, since helicopters are in Arena, find a drop spot where there are helicopters, or a helicopter, good amount of chests, good floor loot, good position, and a good loot route, and slurp barrels. Slurp barrels because that way if no one contests you, you can heal up without spending your heals, and you can have more heals to play at the end game. Now helicopters is good because, first of all, if you don't want to camp up in the sky, which a lot of people do actually, and it's actually a good way to get top 25, but because as you will see from this clip, most people don't even shoot you and we just chill on top, and it's kind of teaming but not exactly, but you just sit on top until zone closes in, and that is quite an effective strategy in my opinion. So getting helicopters is quite important, and also having a lot of chests is also important, as obviously the more chests you have, the more chance you have of getting a good weapon. And when you have good weapons, it's easier to bag eliminations, which are a key part of gaining points, as if you only get placement, if you think about it, let's say you're Division 6 or Division 7 trying to get to Champions, you're gonna have around 40 bus fare, and the bus fare is gonna, if you only get top 25, you're only getting 20 per game, which means that in order to get 2,000 points to advance to Arena, you're basically gonna have to play 100 games, each one getting top 25. And I don't think anyone wants to spend 100 games getting the top 25, especially if getting top 25 takes about like 20 minutes or so, or 15 if your lobby is not stacked. But I don't think anyone wants to do that, and that's frankly quite boring. So obviously you want to be able to get good loot from your drop spot. Now you also need a good rotation path, as let's say you have a good drop spot, good positioning, good mobility, but it's right in the middle of two big POIs where people are gonna 100% rotate out of. Then that's not good, because then usually when there's big POIs nearby, people are gonna come out really stacked and you're gonna get pinched because you probably only have like mediocre loot. Let's say maybe a blue charge shotgun, blue SMG, blue AR. Well, they probably have either gold or purple SMG or shotgun, and basically you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage. Now, as I was saying earlier, your playstyle also depends quite a lot. That if you're someone who just wants to like chill, then obviously you land somewhere that is easily cappable. Like if you want to take a helicopter spot, You can even, and I've seen some people do it, they literally land on a spot where there's a helipad, and they literally fly off and like play the rest of the game in a helicopter with no guns. Well, they probably go loot up a few chest spots, but they don't get that much loot and just chill on top and get placement. Now, obviously, if you're W tier, then go to a decently big POI, preferably a mythic spot, because those mythic spots have a lot of people. A good way to get kills if you have good mechanics, and they also have really good guns, especially since there's vaults. There's mythic guns which are crazy OP, especially Teddy Corner, which is probably the best mythic spot, hands down, like this season. If you're W tier, then go somewhere big, go somewhere where you can get kills, and play around your playstyle. Do not limit yourself to be a passive player if all you want to do is W key people like a psycho. Now, if you're, let's say if you're just like someone like who wants to get a decent amount of kills, but also not someone who wants to get into that much trouble, then you should find a drop spot that has a decent, like maybe 1 to 2 people contesting each time, and a good way to get around. And I will list a few spots that I find good for that. And in terms of what I don't advise you to do is hot drop every single game. I know a lot of people who just drop at random spots they don't even know, and then complain about not getting a gun when they die. And that's like the completely wrong mentality to have, because whose fault is it that you didn't get a gun? It is completely your fault, because frankly you don't know the POI well and you're just landing there. So first of all, you have to land somewhere where you know, and if you dedicate yourself to one drop spot, even if it's halfway across the map and you have to glide there for about 30 seconds or to a minute, do it. It's your drop spot and you have to stay consistent, as being consistent is a way to win. If you're dropping Sweaty Sands one game, going to Salty Springs the next, there's no way you're actually gonna get anywhere unless you're like mongrel good and you have the best mechanics in the game. And even then, you're still gonna get unlucky and someone else is gonna get a shotgun and there's no way you're gonna pickaxe them. So, as that tip suggests, be consistent. And as I mentioned in the first part of the video, take my tip. Do not go and search up best drop spots for advancing in Arena in Season 3. Now, that's kind of hypocritical for me because I posted a video exactly like that. But that was only one spot that I felt like was really overpowered. But we don't talk about that. Just don't do that. It's the worst way to find a drop spot because everywhere is going to be contested. And when they say not contested, you might think it's not contested, but the fact is, people are going to see that it's so-called not contested and they're going to go there. And it's going to end up being contested. So, don't go to places where people list. And try to find unique locations. And what I recommend is use lootlake.info and find a place that has decent amount of chests, somewhere that you feel comfortable around and somewhere that you like. And that is going to be about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like and subscribe if this helped you. And if you guys have any video recommendations or ideas that you guys want me to do, please type that in the comments so you can let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.